Ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the stream. Last week, we went over what's it like to really be a YouTuber and what your expectations are. And we had Dustin from Wayward Waggs. And this time, Jerry's joined us from Gallion's Adventures.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody's here. And let's see. How come it's not displaying our names?
Not sure. Did last week, but I don't know.
Is it because you got the writing on the bottom?
Maybe.
There you go.
Problem fixed. We're still learning the software. Okay, I got to figure out how to watch. I can't see myself on the stream. That's okay. I have this, and we'll just have to have faith. Do we have people in here yet? We have one person.
I show 10 watching right now on my computer.
Okay, so there's 10 of them. Everybody say hi in the chat just to let us know you're here.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from.
There you go. There we go. Now we have chats. Okay, we have Jones into travel. Let's get this party started. Jerry, do pull-ups. You're on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm on. Why am I on the bottom? No, it's all good.
We got RV Kids TV here. And tonight we're going to be talking about thumbnails. And why are we going to talk about thumbnails? Justin and Christine, they're back.
Because thumbnails are important.
Yeah. Why do you think thumbnails are important? Go ahead, Dustin.
It's the greeting, it's the hello, it's the hook. It's a lot. I mean, that's why people click.
It's your first impression.
It is. It's like going on a first date, right? You put on deodorant, hopefully you brush your teeth, shave, get all dressed up and gussy, and you can't make a second impression. First impressions are the most important. Everybody's going to judge you, and they're going to click on your content based on what they see on a thumbnail. Anybody disagree with that?
Totally agree. So
thumbnails are probably one of the most important things you could put on YouTube. Thumbnails are the gateway to content. That's probably the best way I can put that. So with that going on, I'm going to show you some really bad thumbnails. Now, we're going to go through and we're going to look at everybody's thumbnails. The one thing I do want to say, though, in the chat, if we look at your page and you want us to look at your thumbnails, we're going to be honest with everybody. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff, but I'm not doing it, and we're not doing it to make people mad. I want to do it and take it as constructive criticism to help you out.
And not only that, this is just our opinion, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not the guru of YouTube here, but let's go ahead and let's pull up some stuff that's really bad thumbnails, and I'm going to make fun of myself here first. So, because I'm going to show you some really bad thumbnails. This is my channel right here, and let me know when it's up. Because
it's up.
Okay.
Yeah,
we see it.
All right. So when I first started YouTube way back in the day, this was my attempt at making thumbnails. What's the problem you see, Dustin?
Well, first thing that catches my attention is they're not consistent. They're kind of all over the place, and some of them are pretty busy.
Yep. Like, let's say this one right here.
Yeah. Lots of different colors and a couple different pictures, couple different spaces where wording is going on. The red wording is getting lost in the red backing. There's lots of technical issues with that one for sure.
Right. This one. There's just so much going on in here. If you were clicking through and you saw this thumbnail up against somebody else's thumbnail, you probably won't click on it. That's why my view counts are really, really low on these. It's not that they're bad videos per se. They could be, I don't know. But it's the thumbnails really suck. Like, look at this one right here. What do you think about that one, Jerry?
It if it was lined up with someone that had an eye-popping thumbnail, you're definitely going to go to that eye-popping one. You ain't gonna. We're going to pass yours up. That's for sure. You need that. You need that click art, sort of say, to draw people in.
Now, up in here is when I started. There's Cujo in the background. Up here is where I started talking to Dustin over at Wayward Waggs, and he started directing me and helping me out to figure out what my thumbnails and how to go in a certain direction. They're getting a lot better, but I have a lot of work to do. Would you guys say yes to that?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting more consistent. I mean, with the theme and with the font and with the color, but still some technical errors, but way better than it was if you scroll down to a year ago. Way better.
Definitely way better.
Now, here's another problem that I'm finding out. Look at my channel art up here, right? Everybody can agree, and I've got a ton of comments that that's a really good channel art. But look at my font right here, and look at my font down here. What's the problem?
It's not the same.
Right. It's not consistent. It doesn't tie in my branding to my YouTube channel at all.
Kind of like all your branding has to do with orange. You got orange in it. Then your banner up there, there's no orange at all.
Right. Even my logo right here has orange in it. The thumbnails are starting to have orange. I'm starting to get my branding figured out. Right? So let's go take a look at somebody that has their stuff together, that I think that is doing a really good job. So let's do this. And would you guys agree with me in the chat? Anybody disagrees, let me know. Okay. Dustin, can you take the chat?
Sure.
Because I can't see it.
Yeah, it's not up yet, but hopefully it'll be up here in a second.
Okay, so this is somebody who's got it pretty figured out.
Buffering. There you go. Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, I met him before.
He's a pretty funny guy. So the first thing that I see is his channel art up here is the same thing as his thumbnails. His wording is absolutely the same font, the same colors, the same layout. It's all branded. His thumbnails are speaking before you even read them. I can tell that this is Dustin's thumbnail when I'm scrolling through YouTube amongst everybody else's videos. I can find that this is Dustin's thumbnail just by the way his wording is right here and the way his layout, and plus it's got his face in it.
Yeah. YouTube.
So you want to talk a little bit about that, Dustin?
Yeah, I will talk. For some reason, YouTube likes faces. They like smiling faces. They like, happiness. So what I started doing was when I'm uploading videos is just seeing what YouTube suggests as a thumbnail. Now I'm not going to actually just pick that and use it. What I'm going to do is they're going to suggest 3 thumbnails. It's either something really cool in my video, or it's smiling faces, me and Leslie laughing about something, or something to that effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that exact moment in my editing software. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I'm going to add my font with whatever catchy phrase I can think of that relates to whatever topic or whatever city that I'm in. And then I'm going to use that background that YouTube suggested it. They suggested it for a reason. They suggested it because they think it's going to draw attention.
And that's something I never thought about, is using the one they actually suggested. I've never done that.
Right. And I have friends that are their channel's on fire. And what they do is they don't do that. What they do is they take like 10 to 20 high resolution shots of pretty much the poses like you're in, Dustin. And they'll add their wording and branding to those shots. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. YouTube is already telling you, hey, this is what we think is going to work real good for your channel. Try this out. And then take a screenshot of it and edit it and then put it back up as a thumbnail. And you've had great success with that?
Yeah, the only time we really don't do that is if I already have like a really what I think is a good idea for a thumbnail. For example, the video of ours that uploaded this morning is of me and Leslie in the coach, because it's talking about Texas. We're in Weatherford, Texas. We're in the coach, the Old West, and so that wasn't a part of our video. That was just a still picture that we took, and I thought it would be a good idea for a thumbnail.
Okay, and I also noticed on your thumbnails, you have something very unique going on. If you read your thumbnail, let's take this one that you just uploaded today, right? It says RV living in Texas, enjoy the ride. But in your description below, I don't know what we call this part of it, but in this part of it right here, it's completely different than what your thumbnail is reading. Why did you do that?
Well, I've in the past, I've had the same words on the thumbnail that I had in the title. And I found that if it was an epic failure, if that wasn't something that somebody wanted to click on, if they don't want to click on the thumbnail, they don't want to click on it on the title either. So if I put something catchy in the thumbnail and something catchy in the title, I now have 2 chances to catch somebody's attention instead of just 1.
Right. And that catching that attention again is that first impression. It's that first date. That's what's going to make people click on your thumbnail. And when that happens, it triggers the algorithms to make your videos get shared more and promoted more. And it's called the click-through rate. So YouTube is out there sharing thumbnails to everybody. And the more you get clicked on and the video watched, that's called click-through rate. And that's very important for the algorithms.
Yeah, not only on YouTube, but when you're sharing your thumbnail on social media, on all your social media platforms, it's got to be something somebody wants to click on.
Right. You got to put in, and here's how I kind of phrase it. And it's been taught to me is have your description and your thumbnail as an open-ended question. Right? Because you want to pique that curiosity of the person that's looking at your thumbnail and say, you know what? I want to click that to find out more. That's going to help your click-through rate. That's going to get your thumbnail noticed next to somebody else's thumbnail.
I wanted to add one more little tidbit on our thumbnails. If you look at my thumbnails, you'll notice that I never use the bottom right-hand corner of the thumbnail. It's always just dead space. I don't put any wording over there. And the reason is because when YouTube uploads that thumbnail, they put the link to the video in that bottom right-hand corner. So if you have words or anything important, it's going to get covered up by that timestamp.
Yep. Placement is key. And also when you're doing your writing for your thumbnails, make it so people can read it. So it's not getting lost in the background. Let's bring up some more channels. Does anybody in the stream want me to go over to their channel and look at what they have for thumbnails and we can critique on them if they want? And Dustin, I can't see the chat, so you're gonna have to tell me, and then I'll type it into YouTube.
I want to elaborate on what Dustin said. That is an ingenious idea on taking your title and then what's on your thumbnail is totally two different things, because then you can, if you nail one, man, you're still on the game. You know, it gives you twice the chance of getting that right.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead.
Only Adventure. They popped in and said they'd like you to look at theirs.
Okay.
They were the first ones to come in. So.
Okay. So let's stop streaming here, and while you guys chat, go ahead and take the chat real quick, and I'll find them.
Okay. So while you're finding Only Adventure, I'll add that if you notice in the font, there's 3 colors in our lettering. There's the white, the black, and the red. And the reason we did that is so that no matter what the background, one of those colors is gonna not get lost. So I can put that font on any background, and you're gonna be able to read the words on the thumbnail.
And I can tell everybody right now that I changed my thumbnails to the way I do my thumbnails because of Wayward Waggs. They suggested it to me a long time ago.
You got Only Adventure coming up?
Yeah, it's coming up. Keep going, guys. I'm behind the scenes. I'm going real fast here, as quick as I can. Bam, there it is.
There we go.
There it is. It's coming up now.
And you can see I'm subscribed. Good channel. You guys can check on me too and see what I'm really subscribed to. That's fine. They're a great channel. Okay, so the first thing I see is we got two different themes going on here, and Only Adventures, their branding logo is right here, and they've kept it good because here's the mountains and Only Adventure here. It's hard to read that, but it's in line with what this is. So that's good. They need to darken this up or do something. So if they're putting that on their videos, but let's go take a look at their thumbnail real quick. Let's go to their videos. Here we go. Okay. Go ahead and take it, Dustin.
So there's not a scroll back up a little bit. There's not a lot of color going on. I would say because you're losing a lot of the background with that block behind the lettering, you want to see as much of the background and the scenery behind you as possible. So the way to get around that, instead of putting that block behind the wording, is to make your lettering in a few different colors. We did this at first on our channel. We had the blocks behind our wording, and we just found that didn't work. And I'll say that when you do make changes to anything on your YouTube channel, including thumbnails, change something subtly, and then see if it works, and then change another thing subtly and see if it works. Because if you change 30 things at the same time, you're not going to know what worked and what didn't.
Yeah, change one thing, and yeah, right. Change one thing and do the test. The one thing that I'm noticing here with these thumbnails is, do you really need to put the YouTube right here? We know it's YouTube.
Yeah,
it's just taking up a lot of your room here, and you could probably get rid of the YouTube symbol. We know that you're on YouTube because we're on YouTube and we're looking at your video. The other thing too is what Dustin was pointing out is, look at where this timestamp is on this video. I don't know if you can see me scrolling.
It covers it up.
It covers up. So I'm only seeing adv. It's only adv at 8:42.
Yeah, I agree that logo is probably not necessary. It kind of covers up some of the other stuff. And we know that you're Only Adventure because we're on your channel. And we know it's YouTube because we're on YouTube. So that's just an opportunity to free up some more space, or to put something else cool there, or maybe your logo. We put our logo on our thumbnails before.
Right, and I put my logo on my thumbnails, but I usually put it down here in the bottom left-hand corner.
Exactly,
and
or somewhere
really small,
or something like that.
Yeah, just so it's out of the way. And I do that because I've had my content, and it's fine with me, but copied to embed in other websites. I don't know if you have ever had that happen, but I've actually searched that and found that to happen. So your channel logo down here doesn't hurt anything, and it's more branding for you.
And that's something I don't do. I need to start doing that.
I had to actually on my computer go to their channel because I couldn't see it very well on the live stream. So I'm on their channel now, and I'll say there's. For example, I like the one that you did on Helen, Georgia. It's the one down in the on the second row there. Second to the right, Helen, Georgia. Anything where you can do like a list or a must do's, or top 10 things to do, or hacks or whatever. People like lists. They like stuff like that. So I like that. But when you do other stuff like a campground review, for example, if you just put like campground review and the name of the campground, I'm like, okay,
yeah.
So what? Unless I'm like going to be in that area, it's a small audience that's going to be searching for that on YouTube, and only people who are searching for that specific area that they're going to be camping in, or people who are loyal subscribers, are going to watch that video.
Right. So you could put something like, hey, campground review, Thornhill Broom. We had trouble with the RV. See what we did. Something to draw somebody in, like the hook. You've got to want to make them. It's like when you eat this brownie, right? Let the fat kid do an analogy. It's like when you eat brownie, you just want to eat that next brownie. I want to eat that next brownie, but I don't see any more brownies. Put the hook in there for somebody to come back. Why do I want to click on this video? What am I going to gain from clicking on your video? What information am I going to get out of that? And you can convey all of that, and it's so powerful in a thumbnail.
And look at what other channels are doing. You know, copy what they're doing if they're doing it well.
Now, I got a question. You know, I'm still learning too. So, on there, I apologize. Them are my dogs. Gotta love it. We just get home today, and the dogs are going crazy. Wouldn't they like to put like the state or the city that campground would be in the thumbnail?
Maybe. I mean, you can.
Because, you know, I know whenever we're going in the States and we want to find something out about one, I'll try to pick out an area we're going to be in, and I'll type in that state and everything, and it'll possibly pull it up.
Well, that's where the difference of title and thumbnail comes in, because if you notice on Only Adventure, when they did their campground review of Ocean Pond Campground, it said that on their thumbnail, and then it said that on their title, and it said it on both. So if you it's okay if you put it like Campground Review Ocean Pond Campground in your title, and then put something really catchy like, "You won't believe what we did at this campground," or "You won't believe what we found here," or "You got to see this." You know, for example, when we were in Kansas City and we were hanging out with Gallion Adventures, we did a video in Kansas City, and I really couldn't think of a good title or for my thumbnail. So I put on the thumbnail, "Hey, don't visit Kansas City until you watch this."
And that drew people in.
Exactly.
Right, because why? Yeah. But see, then that could, yeah, I get it. But what if I wanted to learn about, because I like watching your videos because I live vicariously through you, which is scary. What if I wanted to watch Kansas City and you say, don't watch this until you've been to Kansas City? Would you push somebody away?
No, I just said don't visit Kansas City until you watch this video.
Okay. So don't do this until you, okay, got it.
Hey, what am I missing in Kansas City? Is there something cool I need to see in Kansas City? I need to click on this and find out what I'm going to miss. If I don't click on it. You know?
Gotcha.
But hey, I will say that Only Adventure, I like to say good stuff too. So Only Adventure, constructive, positive criticism. Your thumbnails are consistent. They all look the same.
Yeah.
So when and it's consistent with the black and white in the branding on your cover photo, so people will kind of have an idea that this is you and this is your channel when they scroll through and see thumbnails.
Absolutely. So well done. Just a little bit of tweaks here and there, and you're good to go. Aaron's popping in over there at Jones Into Travel. He's one of our moderators. I want to thank him and Justin and Christine tonight for moderating for us. That's really wicked cool. They're from Canada. That's why I said that. Take off, hosers. And Justin found our secret server that we have. We have a secret special server that I was surprised he popped in there. So well done there. Jones Into Travel saying TubeBuddy and vidIQ will tell you search results of the title you want to use. You can use those tools to massage your title to catch more search traffic. Yeah, we're going to go over on search traffic, and I'm finding out, Aaron, over at Jones Into Travels, that some of the keywords that are being pumped out by TubeBuddy aren't necessarily the best keywords. But we're going to do that in another video and not tonight. And I'm going to teach everybody how to get the best search results and rank really high on your videos. Yeah. So there's some more tips and tricks coming. So stay tuned on these lives. We're here to help you out. And then later on tonight, we're going to do a full channel review on everything. See if we can help you out even more. So anybody else want us to go over their thumbnails and dissect them and take a look?
New Horizons was the next one to chime in.
Okay, let's take a look at their stuff. Go ahead and take it, either Jerry or Dustin, and while I do.
Man, I want to start off and thank Dustin for keeping up with the chat, because man, I can never. I can't do that.
Back and looked after the adventures and saw who was next, but I'm kind of glancing down there. But Jones Into Travel doing a good job of moderating back there.
Yeah, Aaron, for an Air Force guy, he's doing great.
Hey, did anybody by chance watch that Army Navy game a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh, we won't bring that up.
So while you're waiting for the other channel to come up, I'll bring up another tip. So we found that I had some thumbnail ideas that didn't work because of the time tag in the corner that I was talking about, and there was something that I wanted to show in that corner. So what I did was I just flipped the image, mirror image, flip it horizontally, and then what I wanted was on the other side of the screen now, so I could put the wording where I wanted it. So I don't know what kind of software that you guys use for thumbnails. I think we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but you can always flip your image. Now, as long as it doesn't make any wording in your image backwards or anything important backwards, you can flip that image around.
It'd be a lot easier if I could do this.
Yeah, New Horizons.
Yeah, I know I'm sub to them. I just got to find them.
Okay.
And what sucks is that my chat is all wonky do. Let me just do a hello.
And we do, everybody, we do make up our own words like wonkadoo.
Yeah, this is so awesome. Oh, there it is. Sweet.
There you go. New Horizons.
Do pull up, Sherry.
I'm looking.
We're still keep going, guys. I'm doing my thing over here.
We're going.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about what kind of changes you made from before we talked about thumbnails till after, and what results you've seen so far.
Well, you know, when we first talked about the thumbnails, you said, yeah, I can't remember exactly how you put it out, but you did say you want something, use bold, bright colors to kind of bring something out. And I didn't do it on purpose, but mine are similar to yours, but in a little different font. And,
yeah,
you know, I used a white and red. I started off with that, and I've started changing lately on how I do my videos. And before, when we first started doing videos, it was all B-roll, We weren't in it much and anything. And probably within the past few, you know, since we met up with you guys, we've been in our videos more, and we're seeing a lot more response. People really want to see you in the videos. They want to get to know you. They don't want to see all about the travel and anything. They want to get personal with the person they're seeing. That's a big thing that I've recently found, and that's what we're trying to bring to our channel.
Hey, New Horizons, can you put in a name of one of your videos and I'll search on that? I'm not finding it in the search for some reason. Just type in a name of one of your videos and then Dustin read it off to me. So I use, just so Silver Turtle was asking, 65. And if you haven't checked out his channel, he does coin stuff. It's super cool. And he's got a New York accent, so that's really cool. I use Pixel Matters, and I use Butt Drugs. Okay, I'll look up Butt Drugs. Did I read that right?
Are you spelling it right?
Excuse me.
Butt Drugs. Are you messing with me?
That's what it says. I'm
not. Okay. Anyway, I use. Is there another one I can look up? Because that seems to be a popular topic.
Are you spelling Horizons right, Marine?
Yeah, it's on the chat screen.
She said, "Search New Horizons." Susan Bates.
All right. So I use Pixel Matters and I use Typomatic, and they're both iOS device apps, and they're really good. And
I have no experience.
Jones is the Travel put a link in the chat.
Yeah, I can't get the app. Got her. Okay, cool. Here we go. And I'm subbed and I have the bell rung too. You'll see that here in a minute. So let's do a screen share. Butt drugs. That was awesome.
I just imagine what that pulled up.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking. It's almost like the time I went to Uranus.
I've been there.
Saw it. Okay, the channel's up.
Hey, Drew, can you take off the chat bar with New Horizons up there? Is there a way to? We can't even see Jerry down there.
Oh, yeah,
I'm all
yeah.
right. I just moved out to the side. Hello. I need to go that way.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, much gooder.
That's more better?
That gotten better.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Let's get to videos.
Okay. I would say right off the bat, whenever you see her banner, I would bring something to pop that banner out. Like you need to get some wording in there. You know, it's describe on what your channel's about and all that.
Well, if I was going around YouTube and New Horizons, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but if I was searching around YouTube and I saw this channel banner, I wouldn't know what it's about. I wouldn't know what this channel was about. It's got a tree and clouds and stuff, but I wouldn't know what you're trying to tell people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Even scrolling through the video, just glancing at the titles, I still don't know what the channel's about, really.
Yeah, I see the one, you know, the one that says national parks. There's a few of them right there, and I right off the bat I know what them are about. But then I see Menards. Well, it's Menards, you know.
But hey, is this Susan Bates? I think is her name, Susan. Good job on the faces. Your face is on almost every thumbnail, so that's good.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's consistent too.
On everyone, so that's pretty consistent.
Okay. I went to the about page. Can everybody see that? So let's kind of do a full channel review on this one real quick and see if we can really help her out if she would like our input or not. And we're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, and we're not trying to, you know, because I know people get really sensitive over their stuff, and I get it because it's a lot of hard work.
Now she did post in the chat that it's about finding places that are handicap accessible. So
okay.
that, you know, you can in that banner, you could put the handicap symbol up there, and boom, that's something that's really people's gonna be like, all right, this is for handicap. They're gonna know. That's just something simple right there.
Something about the National Parks Pass for disabled people.
And that's really cool.
That because you're traveling and finding disabled locations for travel. So that's, I mean, just some ideas, but.
Right. So let's look at her about page real quick. And it says, hello, everybody. My name is Susan. I was diagnosed with a rare nervous disease called RSD/CRPS 4 years ago. I'm sorry. I thought that was that my life was over. But after a long talk with God, I discovered a way to rejoice in my disease. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? I wanted to inspire anyone with some sort of disabilities that we can still enjoy life and have fun through my channel. I will try to help guide to find a place and things that disabled people can do and enjoy. So follow along with my journey and have a fulfilling life.
Now I'd like to elaborate. She's on to something right here. This is something that she's doing that I don't see other channels doing, that she's trying to get out about the handicap accessible places.
Right.
That's awesome.
She's got a really good niche, but when you write an about page, Jerry, hang on real quick. When you write an about page, the one thing you don't want to do is I, me, I. You want to make your about page inviting and more of you, we, us, and them, right? It's not all about me. It's about You're the subscribers. You're the people that I want to invite into the family. I want to build a relationship with everybody. And if you keep putting I in, it doesn't necessarily give that comfort level to people, and it kind of comes off. And Susan, again, I'm not trying to bag on you. It comes off that, hey, I have this and I am better and I am going to do this, instead of inviting people in and being part of what you're trying to show, because I think you really do have a good niche. I think that this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, and it needs to be talked about, and it's just a super great idea. We just need to go and tweak it just a little bit, and I think you got something.
I totally agree.
That's my 2 cents. Dustin, what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. My next question to Susan would be, are you on social media? If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, those links need to be in your about section so that people can go bounce back and forth between your YouTube page and your other social media accounts. Same on your cover photo. If your social media accounts should be on your cover photo, if you have those.
And she asked about finding that image. All you got to do is go into Google and you can search that wheelchair image and you'll get that handicap symbol. That's all you got to do.
Let's see. Let's see what the playlists look like. I'm huge on playlists.
You got to have playlists.
That's one of my things. So when you're making a YouTube channel, you have to have playlists, and every video that you post should be linked 2 to 3 times to different playlists. You need to start doing that, and there's reasons why. The playlists are going to get you more watch time. They're going to get you more views, and they're going to trigger your algorithms as far as your click-through rate and your watch time minutes, and all good things are going to happen. And people are underutilizing the playlist big time. It's really going to help you out. That's just my 2 cents. Dustin, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I use playlists, and I instead of just on the end screens, instead of just putting a single video, I'll put a link to playlists. So if someone at the end of my video clicks on a playlist, and if they walk away from their computer, it's still running. It's still watch time. So, and the next video that comes up automatically is going to be one of my videos, not a YouTube suggested video.
Absolutely. Oh, Papa Grew, I disagree. It's all about the creator, not about the member. We're going to agree to disagree. I do videos to make people feel good and to document, and so that people down the road from me can, like my children and stuff, they can see what I did. So it's really not about me. It's a hobby of mine, but I do it for other people. And I think inviting people into your family and building your community is a great way to do that. So
yeah, I think you can still be yourself, still do your thing, do it for the reasons that you're doing it for. But if you can tighten up the logistics of your channel and get more people to watch it, then why not?
Right. And I think there's a way to write the about section of your your page here and invite people in and make it more about them instead of about yourself. And I think you'll grow your community a little bit faster.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
We have a hybrid on our about. It's a hybrid of, a little bit about us and a little bit about what you're going to expect to see on our channel and what we're going to bring to you. So it's kind of a mix. It's kind of a mixed mosh.
Yeah, let's go here. And the reason I know that is because I got a full channel audit from a professional that actually went through all this stuff, and I'm sharing what they told me. So this is, I don't know if you can see it, but no, you can't. Let's do this. Stop screen sharing, and screen sharing comes up, and screen share, and I'll pick on myself here.
You can pick on me all you want.
This is my about page. Let's see if it pops up. This is what it is. We are weekend warriors with a strong travel bug for sure. And my wife corrected all the spelling, Dustin. Please jump in our RV or our car and come along with us. We travel around Southern California with different RV parks and film them for you. This way you can see what, you kind of see where I'm coming from. There's a huge difference.
However, though, when you say we, you're talking about you and your wife and your family, whereas Susan is a single person on her family, so she kind of has to say I,
Right.
in those spots.
No, I get that, but we also means you and me and everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where I try to. I got reamed for some of this, so this is why I'm trying to convey it back. That's all. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am. Maybe
and like we said at the beginning of this is what we think. It's not, we're not perfect. We're learning but we're talking about stuff that we've learned along the way.
Right. Through experience.
And there's some stuff that I've learned that Drew learned a different way. So things can be different.
Right. I get it. So anyway, moving on. Let's go. Do we want to bring one of the members in? Let's bring in Blue Wave Odyssey. Do you want to come into the chat with us?
Yeah. While you're working that out, Drew, I just wanted to comment a little bit more on Susan's thumbnails where we went. So Susan, from New Horizons, just take a look at your thumbnails. Just get a little bit more consistent with your font, your color, and make those hooks a little bit stronger. Some of your font gets lost in your background. There was the one you did on Christmas Salute to our military and police, which is awesome, by the way, and thank you for recognizing our military and police, because that is something that's very near and dear to us at our channel. But the font on that thumbnail is lost in that background, because you had the red font with the black around it, and it just didn't work well with that background. But I love the smiling face, so keep that up.
Here we go. I'll get it back onto that. Is that what you're talking about, Dustin?
Yeah, the one second to the left on the top row there.
Right.
Christmas Salute to our military and police.
Okay, it's over here on my right. My channel, It's different. Okay, sorry. It's right here. Cool video, man.
The font's lost in the background there, but I'm interested. I'm going to watch that video because I'm very interested to see what you had to say about it. So, and again, thank you.
Hey, Drew. Blue Wave needs a link.
I just sent it to him on his phone. Bob, check your phone. Unless you want me to send it over to your keep going, Dustin. Oh, here it is right here.
Yeah, we didn't
cool music. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get into the tags and stuff like that, but it looks like Aaron over at Jones and Travel is giving Susan some pointers about tags and stuff too. And I know that you guys are going to do like a whole nother live. You got several topics lined up for a long time, so people keep coming back. It's going to be a different topic every time that you guys are on, and so I know that tags are going to be on one of those at some point.
Yeah, we're going to talk about tags. So,
hey, Blue Wave, can you put up an email?
I just emailed it to him.
Okay.
We're
Cancel
good.
that.
Okay. Does anybody else want us to review their channel? And again, Susan, I'm not trying to harp on you. I'm not trying to bag on you. I'm trying to really help. That's what this is all about.
I think Susan's channel can blow up, man, because I haven't seen anybody else in that niche, and I think people would watch it.
Either have I.
I totally agree.
That is so. She just, I'm surprised. That channel could go somewhere.
I totally agree with you. This is so awesome. Just a little bit of tweaking, and you got a home run here. And Bob's coming on right now, so let's say hi to Blue Wave Odyssey. There he is.
What's up, Bob?
Hey, greetings, everybody.
What's going on, Bob? How you doing?
All right, man.
Thank you for joining our live stream.
Hey, thanks for having me. Let me say, I have turned something down here. I'm getting a little feedback.
Somebody's got their phone on?
You're muted, Bob.
Okay. Well, Bob's working that out. Let's. Does anybody else want us to take a look at their thumbnails?
I think Jones into Travel said you were welcome to look at theirs.
Okay, let's take a look at Jones and let's see. Aaron, I can spell.
I think I got it.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Is your wife nearby typing?
No, be nice.
I see what it is. Okay, how's that, guys?
You sound good.
All right. Real quick, though, on the About page thing that we're talking about, the About is about me. So I'm going to say me. And when you say on your About page, we, you're not talking about your people. You're talking about you and your family. So on the About page, it is totally about you. Then in the description is where you want to introduce the other people, and this is what we're about, and we want to take you along with us. And that's different on the description, but in the About page, you definitely want to be I, me, because that's what we're talking about, me. But then in the description is where you want to go, hey, we want to bring you along on our journey to see these wonderful things out there that everyone's seeing. Then you want to talk about everyone else.
Huh.
So that's the only thing I wanted to correct you on that.
No, that's
in my
fine.
opinion.
No, that's cool. Have you ever heard of vidIQ?
Of what?
vidIQ?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so what they do is they are they run like TubeBuddy, okay, the same kind of service, and they full on critique channels, and it's free. And I won a full on critique channel, and they're kind of saying the opposite, but that's okay. They said to split it about half and half of inviting people in on the description and making it a little bit about you. But
no, on the description, I agree with that.
No, on the About page. I'm sorry, on the About page.
Yeah, but on the About, I don't think it's the About is about your channel. I mean, I can see it being about your channel maybe, but it's still, it's about the creator, the About page. That's where you introduce yourself. So I have to respectfully disagree on that, because the About page is definitely where you're introducing yourself. But no, that's cool.
I get it, brother.
I think you make a good point on a couple things on the thumbnails, and I'm not a thumbnail expert by any means, but I've noticed that I used to make thumbnails, and it would cover like the time would sometimes cover some items. You want to always make sure that things are lifted so that's not covered up. And I also like the idea of putting your logo on. That's something I don't do, but sounds like that could be a good idea.
RV Kids has been asking too to do his thumbnails, so we'll go over to do his thumbnails too. So this is Jones into Travel. What do you think about this, Bob? This page? Can you see it?
Yeah. Again, I hate to critique too much because I'm not an expert. Heck, you could probably critique my page. I kind of like it. I like a busy looking page. It looks busy. I like that. I'm not real big on cap locks. I'm seeing a lot of cap locks, but in a title, I guess it's okay. In a title, what I normally do is I capitalize the first letter of every word, but that's it in my titles. But I don't necessarily do cap locks. But other than that, I really don't see a whole lot wrong with it. I like it.
Okay. Aaron, you're doing really good because your font down here, if you look at where Maggie is, in your last video you just posted 2 days ago, which was a great video. I watched that all the way through. Well done, brother. Your font here matches your font up at your header, which is cool. It ties that in really good. The orange line in your channel banner is awesome. It matches Did You. So you're tying everything in really well, Aaron. You're doing a good job on this. Your thumbnails are consistent. Your timestamp right here is real close to getting covered up. And I know it's hard with real estate on these thumbnails to make it so that timestamp doesn't get covered up, and it's tricky. But you're doing a good job. Dustin, what do you think?
Yeah, on the lighter backgrounds, some of the white lettering gets lost.
I agree.
If you're looking at it from a smaller, so if you're looking at it on a phone, it's going to get lost a little bit. If you're looking at it on a computer, it's not as bad. But I mean, most people are watching this stuff on their phones or their tablets now. So, and at a glance, some of your white font gets lost in the lighter backgrounds. So maybe maybe put, I mean, I don't know what to use for software, Aaron, but maybe put like a glow behind your letters or another colored glow behind it, I wouldn't put the big block behind it, but just maybe put another subtle color in there to make it pop behind those lighter colored background skies and stuff.
Yeah, if you like right now, the way I'm looking at it, the wording's getting lost in with everything that's going on. So
Well,
like
not just the
Dustin's-
wording, but even on some of the lighter areas, your logo gets lost.
Yeah, the logo,
Yeah,
Aaron,
see-
I've played with your logo before trying to get it on, and it's cool that it's a PNG file. I get it, but it's hard. It doesn't pop sometimes. Like the Wags on this one, your YouTube meetup with Dustin, your logo pops real good right here, but over here it fades out a little bit, and it's hard to see it. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta admit though, their logo is pretty awesome looking though.
Oh, their logo's
Aaron's got
amazing.
an awesome logo.
Oh yeah, dude, it's totally awesome. But like here, the white, and when you went to Bass Pro Shop, and I get it that you're tying it into your channel, your banner, which is totally cool. I get what you're doing. It's just hard because it's white on a white sky.
Mhm.
Maybe if you would have moved this over here or down, or I don't know, or put like Dustin was saying, if you put a shadowing behind it, that'd probably help it out.
Something that Wayward Waggs had mentioned that I like to do, and I don't think he does because he mentioned not to do that, is, and we experiment with it a little bit, my wife and I, was putting blocking behind the lettering. And we like to make our thumbnails real colorful. Again, I'm not an expert. You could probably beat up on my page if you were to check it out for the thumbnails. But I like to make mine really colorful and crazy. So I do like red backgrounds, and then I do little squares. But I try to put everything where you can see everything that's important on the page. Nothing's covered. Another real quick thing I would do is, if I was putting a logo on my page, I think I would find a spot for it and not put it in the same spot every time, or try to.
That's good points. I agree with that. I'm not a big fan of the block thing, because I want to show more of the picture behind it. So I get that.
It does hide it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like,
or can.
What I kind of go on is a phrase that I learned a long time ago, which is, standardization is the key to industry, right? Even though we're not building stuff with our hands, we're building stuff with our images. And if we can standardize on that image and show the same type of image over and over again, you're going to build consistency, and you're going to start branding your thumbnails and your channel a lot better. Mm-hmm. That's really what it comes down to, I think. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah, and I like that that the logo is on every thumbnail, so that's consistent. That's great. And I like that you're using different titles than the wording on your thumbnail, because you have two chances to catch somebody's attention.
Yeah, I think that's huge. That's a really big tip, everybody. That's a pro tip. So what he's talking about is not necessarily putting what you write in your title up here versus what you put down here in your description. Have it different. Have either one of, you could do two. You could do a hook here, and you could do a hook up here in your titling and your thumbnail. And then you have two different ways of maybe grabbing somebody's attention and hooking them in to watch that thumbnail, to introduce them on your first date, your first meeting into your channel.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I think that's probably my biggest mistake, is I think I tend to repeat it too. And now that when I heard you mention that earlier, I thought that sounded like a pretty good idea, actually, because I think I tend to do that. I might mention, like, for example, Meteor Crater site in the thumbnail, and then again in the title, and I could see where that could be redundant.
Right.
That's
Go ahead.
It's an awesome idea. And
Good
what
tip.
everybody needs to listen, what we touched on earlier, is whenever you make changes to your channels, do subtle ones. Change one thing and see how it works for you. Because if you change a bunch of things at once, you're going to get lost on what worked for you and what didn't work for you.
And that's really hard to do. And the reason it's hard to do is because, so for example, for us, we're a couple weeks ahead on YouTube. So I already have the next 2 to 3 videos already in the shoot, ready, scheduled to go. So if I make a change, that change ain't coming for 3 weeks from now. I won't see the results until 3.5, 4 weeks from now. And so if I make a change, I mean, it takes me a month to make a change and see a result. And if it didn't work, now I got another month to go before I can change it back or change it to something else.
But like you're more advanced than a lot of us other ones. So
I wouldn't say that.
yeah, you are. Here, you're a couple weeks. You're a couple weeks ahead. We just got back from a trip, and we are 2 weeks behind. Tonight's video is coming out tomorrow. The video I was supposed to have out tonight will come out tomorrow. I'm behind.
Well, when we went to Portland, Oregon and back, we were gone for 8 weeks from Southwest Florida to Portland, Oregon and back. We were like a month and a half back when we got home. People thought we were still in California when we got home. And I let them think it. Because I don't want to be like, it's too much of a spoiler alert when you say we're home. Nothing happened, evidently. You're home safe, so.
Yeah, so I guess I've spoiled it because now everybody knows I'm back home and I got a bunch of videos getting ready to come out.
Sure. But you did that with Yellowstone.
Yeah, I did that in Yellowstone. In fact, I just finished up with the Yellowstone videos just a few, within the last month, and
Sure.
that was from back in July. But we had so much content to get out from that.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Hey, we're getting close to the top of the hour. Can we each go around a little bit and talk about what software we use? That way people can try all those and see what works best for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. While you're doing that, I'm pulling up RV Kids TV. So go ahead and do that.
What do you guys use, Jerry? Software to create thumbnails.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed.
I'm not even. Don't be embarrassed.
I use Paintbrush.
Paint, like Microsoft Paint.
I mean Paintbrush. Yes, not even.
Wow.
Okay.
Not even. I mean Paintbrush. Go look at my site. Pull it up.
That's awesome. I think that's cool.
It's pretty old school.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
I'm
It's
kind of
easy.
along the same lines with you because, believe it or not, we use PowerPoint to make our thumbnails.
That's interesting. Yeah, that might be an idea actually.
I use TubeBuddy.
Really? I have no
See, I don't.
experience with TubeBuddy.
I just downloaded TubeBuddy myself.
Okay, I don't use any of that. I use Pixel Matters and Typomatic.
Which I've seen some of the stuff that Drew's done with that Pixelmatic. I might be checking into that because he could do some pretty neat thumbnail stuff.
Yeah, and Aaron chimes in and says they use Canva for their stuff. Now, I will say that I use Canva for almost everything else because they have templates. They have templates for YouTube banners and all that stuff. They have all that already preloaded. So if you put an image in there, Canva's already got you set up on the right size that it requires to be. YouTube's very finicky about what sizes your banner can be and what fits in the space and all that stuff. So Canva is a good one for that.
Right, and Typomatic does that. So what I usually do is I'll use Pixel Matters, right? And I think it's Android and Apple. You can get it. It's very cheap to use. It's really user-friendly. You can cut out logos. You can cut out stuff, color backgrounds, do all kinds of crazy stuff, make PNG files, TIFF files, JPEGs with it. It's really versatile. What I'll do is I'll find an image that I want, obviously that's open source, and I'll put it into Pixel Matters, and I'll start cutting it and arranging it the way I want. Then I'll save it into my photos, and I'll go into Typomatic. And Typomatic's really cool. It'll set your font, the type of font, your color background, and then you can size it for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else, so it comes out to the right size. So all you have to do is just upload your finished product up to YouTube, and you're done. I highly recommend those two. Absolutely, those two apps. Really highly recommended. It makes your life a lot easier.
I go through my video that I'm making the thumbnail for. I find a spot in the video that I want to use as my thumbnail. Then I take a screenshot of it with a program called Screen Hunter. Then I take that, I put that in a paintbrush. I size it to 1280 by 720. That's a thumbnail requirement, but at least that size, 1280 by 720. And then I start doing my square. We used to do it without backing on it, but we found it that with all the colors in your picture, that no matter what color lettering you use, it's going to get lost somewhere in there. So we started putting backgrounds behind it, and then it can be complicated because you don't want you want to cover up a face, you don't want to cover up the Alamo or something with it, so you have to be careful. And you don't even want to cover up a piece of the Alamo. You want it totally, your scene you want to have totally free. So, but that's how we do it.
All right, let's do RV Kids because that's a really cool. If you haven't checked out their channel, they're super fun. I like telling them dad jokes. They laugh a lot. And it's just a great channel to go check out. So if you haven't checked out RV Kids TV, go do it. So let's do them a review. He was asking real quick. I saw that in the chat. So the banner here is really cool.
Yeah,
I like how he has no social media up here whatsoever. It's all over here where it's supposed to be on the side, which is cool. So it's not cluttering up his banner. He does weekly updates, live streams, 9 p.m. Eastern. So he's telling you what his channel is about, right? So you're going to get kids, you're going to get RVs, you're going to get weekly updates, live streams, and he gives you a time, Friday at 9 p.m., which I think he just put that up. So well done.
Schedule.
Yeah, it well done. When I go to this YouTube channel, right off the bat, I can tell exactly what this channel is about just by looking at his banner. That's awesome. So good job.
No, I agree. I like that he's got, something I call myself out of the blue, in fact, because I do everything so randomly, but I like that when you have a schedule up, then you let people know when you're going to do something. And another thing is you're committed to that then. And if you're traveling, sometimes you can't make that commitment.
Yeah. And so we did kind of the same thing, but we left it a little more vague. Blue Wave is what we did on our banner. You'll see it says new videos every week. So sometimes, we always put one out every Sunday, no matter what. But sometimes we'll put it out on a Wednesday. Sometimes we'll be live on a Thursday. And sometimes if we're a little behind, at least if we get one out a week, we didn't lie.
Right. Now, I think that's a better idea.
They're expecting new content every week.
Yeah, see, normally I put one out every week, but I'm behind the last 2 weeks. So I'm glad I don't have one out every week right now on my banner.
Yeah, I don't say either. It's out of the blue.
Okay, so let's look at his thumbnail real quick. Jerry, what do you think of that thumbnail? The one I'm circling? If you can see it right now, where my mouse
is. That purple is popping for me.
Okay.
The purple actually brings it. But, here again, I see that the white is translucent, so it's not as bad. But I and other people disagree. But I think the blocks it's too much. It needs to. I would change that. I wouldn't have the blocking in the background. It's taken away too much from the picture of everything else. But again, that's my opinion.
Right. What do you think, Dustin, on that thumbnail?
I think that you can probably do some sharpening on the image, even if you have an image that's not bright in a background. There's so many filters nowadays to where you can brighten that up so that green behind you can pop a little more. It just seems a little gloomy.
Right. Well, this is a live stream they had tonight, which and I'm not picking on you, RV. This is a live stream thumbnail, which is I probably picked a bad one. And their live stream was epic tonight, and he bought a new microphone for $12, and the thing is awesome. So that was really cool.
So not as bad on the live
Drew,
stream.
If you want, you can pull up that one live stream I did that has no channel art, and it just will go to show what a horrible thumbnail is because there's nothing.
I will. Let's.
Something I'll say about it though, real quick, is if he's going like from that thumbnail to the thumbnail to the right of it, from one extreme to the other, in the size of his font. And I myself, I use a certain size, 3 different size fonts, and I don't want it to be too big of a font, and I don't want it to be too small. And on those, the left one that you point out, I think the font's a little too big, and then to the right of it, the font's just a little too small. I think a good medium in there would be better.
Right, and that's why I like that program Typomatic, because it will put the font exactly the same every single time. And all you have to do is just type in whatever you want to do, have Dustin spell check it, and then you put it to your thumbnail.
I don't think it's bad to have different size fonts. I mean, sometimes you want a little bit more of a headline and something a little smaller under. It's fine. It's just he's kind of gone from one extreme to the other between those two particular ones.
It's not consistent.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
Like
we
this,
never.
like this font right here in the Old English with the bubbles coming up. It's cute, but it doesn't. It's not fitting.
Correct.
It's not fitting the rest of what he's doing here.
Correct.
Now,
I agree.
When I do my fonts, I try to set it with the picture of the video. Does that make sense? The picture I have, it kind of goes with that picture, I believe.
Yeah. The only time we change our fonts the same way with you guys is if we had, when we had like our disaster, we changed the font to make it look disastrous. Or when we did the Army Navy, we put it in like the Army font type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we rarely change it, but when we do, it's very specific to a reason why.
So, well done. I mean, he's pretty consistent throughout. He's doing good. He's learning, and he's doing a good job. So, well done. Let's take a look at Blue Wave real quick. I know we're getting past the hour, but we got him on here, so let's take a look real quick and see what we got going on. Okay. We got a little bit of Tunstead going on here, which is cool. Tunstead is awesome. If you haven't checked him out, he's an awesome creator. I can see Tunstead's work all over.
Isn't that great? He's really spreading right now too.
He is. He's all over the place.
That's awesome. It's good to see. And I hope anyone who gets a piece of art from him will return the favor by going to his channel every morning and watch his video, or at least one time a day and watch the video, because he's really done you a favor by giving you a piece of his art. So return the favor and leave comments on his page.
So I like the logo here, Bob. Your branding right here. I don't know if you have to brand it right here, or if you could do it right here. Could you move this maybe down here and then show more of the scenic background up here, do you think?
I can't do the scenic anymore, because if I make the scenic it's only so big. And when I had it before, I only had half my truck, and it showed from the doorknobs up, and I wanted to get the whole truck in there, and that shortened the pictures. And that's why I filled it in on the sides with the logo and the Tunstead picture. Got it. Because when you post to other videos, I could put a schedule or something in there, you know, like Family did, or the TV Family Kids, or right, family, something like that maybe.
I could make a Ford joke, but I won't do that.
So like when I post, or when Dustin posts, or Jerry, he's got in this area right now, we have our, like mine says Papa Drew with the big orange pumpkin. Jerry's is his initials. Wags are the Wags, and you could see that. And I'm talking about to the left of my name there and subscribers. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, I didn't know I could change that. Yeah, you can change. So you can put this channel art right here that I'm circling where it says Blue Wave Odyssey. Yeah. You can actually put that in the wave right here.
Yeah. You got to change it on your Google account.
Right.
Oh, okay, interesting. So I didn't know that. That's good.
So that way, when you post on other people's stuff, it's not just putting the wave here; it's actually branding your channel to wherever you post to. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, okay. And Bob, if you need help on doing that, you give me a call tomorrow.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd like to do that. That's cool.
So let's go down here and let's take a look at your thumbnails. Obviously, I know what these are. These are the awesome live chats that you do, that you knock it out of the park. Well done on that.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at what do you think of this one on the top left, Dustin? 18 minutes and 28 seconds.
I'm trying to find it on my computer down here because I can't see it very well on the live.
Oh, on the live. I got the iPad up here next to me. That's why I keep looking over to my right.
You talking about RV Christmas?
No, Blue Wave Odyssey Travels. Type in Blue Wave. It's BLUWAVE.
I'm on their channel. I'm looking for the video you're talking about.
The 2RV YouTube channel meetups at the 10RV.
Yeah, the RV questions. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Christmas. On the top left.
Question challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like the faces. I am a fan of faces because usually when we're uploading a video, that's what YouTube's suggesting is to show faces. They like to see people like to see that personality and you smiling, so that's great. With the blocks you can see all the wording, which is good. Not hiding anything with the number. I would say if you could find a little bit better of a background besides just the RV behind you, the inside of the RV behind you, something.
Which one's he looking at?
Am I looking at the wrong one?
Yeah, I'm looking at going, what are you talking about? But that's cool. I was letting you roll with it, dude, because it was just awesome.
The RV questionnaire.
You
The
were
RV
doing
questionnaire challenge.
the 10 RV question challenge. It was
Oh, he's talking about the one where it's Debbie and I together on the page. Over on the far right, top one there where you're at now on the far right.
this one right here. Gotcha. Okay. All right. 10 RV challenge accepted. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Now I know what we're talking about, Dustin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's all pretty good. I would just say that the background is the background matches the font, which is really kind of like a monotone coloring on both the background and the lettering. So make it pop like you did on the St. Petersburg, Florida video. There are lots of colors going on in the background there. Lots of cool stuff. Grabs my attention. I want to see what's going on in St. Petersburg.
And just out of curiosity, what are the hits on that St. Petersburg one? Because the other one's a lot older, so it may have more, but it may not. So you might have a good point there.
Yeah, they're about the same.
Yeah, one's a lot older. So it's interesting that, yeah.
Hey, Drew,
Especially because the question one was a very popular, everyone was doing it, so everyone was checking out. So, and that it's got as many as the other one that wouldn't be as popular. I think you just made a great point.
Now, here's another thing that I kind of want to say too is it's okay to go back a year or 2 years. If your video is dead and it's not being shown anymore, I wouldn't change the title of the video, but you might want to try and just change that thumbnail because I don't think it's going to mess with the analytics on that. And I think you have another chance of it maybe popping and reigniting that video and you get more views out of it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt it to redo. Yeah, you can do thumbnails. It doesn't affect anything.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not bad, Bob. I mean, you're doing fine. I would take this blue wave and put it down underneath over where so you can, when you go and comment on people and stuff, you can see the blue wave.
Yeah, I like that.
That's just one. I'm not a big fan of the blocks, but that's to each his own. The creator one, that's neat. You got the different colors, impact. The other thing that you're going to want to remind now, here's a tip, and I know I'm going over a little bit, guys. I don't know if that's okay or not, or if you need to go, but really quick, if you have a program, it's called it's right. Oh, Morning Fame. Morning Fame, I'm going to highly recommend over TubeBuddy. And the reason why is the thumbnail that you saw to come into this live stream was actually sent to me on a free trial by Morning Fame. I don't get paid by them or anything. I like what they did. They take your thumbnail and they'll compare it against other channels that are the same to see how it stands out, to show you how it stands out against other thumbnails. That's huge. The other thing they'll do is they'll take your thumbnail and show you what it looks like on all the devices that can be viewed for your thumbnail. So a computer, a TV, a tablet, and a cell phone. And that's huge too, because you're making thumbnails that might look good on your TV or your computer, but don't look so good on a cell phone. And you got to keep that in mind when you're making these thumbnails.
Sure.
So that's all I have. Dustin, you have anything?
No, all good stuff, man. It's been a good topic. I like talking about thumbnails. I can't wait to see what the next topic's going to be because this is definitely helping people. I'm reading some of the comments and people are really enjoying. It looks like the people who we looked at their channel tonight appreciate it and have gotten something out of it. I know we're limited to an hour on this, so if you guys have questions, I don't mind. I can only speak for me, but I don't mind if you reach out to me. And send me an instant message on Instagram or Facebook or something. Let me know, and I'll be happy to look at your stuff for you.
Yep. And before we end this, I know Blue Wave Odyssey is real close, or he's really working hard to get his 4,000 watch hour minutes. So before everybody goes to bed, if you could just head over to his channel, click on his playlist, and then click at the top of his playlist. There's a thing called a loop where it'll just keep playing his playlist over and over. If you could just hit his playlist, if you want to go to bed, go to sleep, go get coffee, whatever, but just let his playlist run all night long. For everybody that's in the chat, that's really going to help Bob out. And he's given so much to every single one of us. I think that we should give back just a little bit to him.
Totally
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Real quick, New Dove, I believe it is, Two Dove Nations has asked, and I'm going to real quick, Drew's hosting the show. Right below Drew is Wayward Waggs. That's Dustin. Right below him is Gallion Adventures. That's Jerry. I'm Blue Wave Odyssey, and I'm Bob. They were asking everyone's name up here, so I just wanted to run that through.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know everybody on a first name basis. Sorry.
Right. I'm just actually right now meeting Dustin and the other guys up here. I know, but
Yeah, you know, a lot of people in the
Dustin
chat.
and I, real quick, Dustin and I served with the same unit in the Army, the old 1st Armored Division in the Army.
Yep, Old Ironside.
Yep, Old Ironside. I used to go by the name Ironside online for a long time.
Okay. So we're going to end this just like we end every other one that we've done. And Dustin, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your channel. Thank you for joining our live chat tonight, dude. You're just awesome. I see good
Thanks for
things.
having me. It's been 2 weeks in a row. I appreciate it. We always end all of our videos either honoring a veteran or thanking our veterans. So if you're still serving our country, or if you have served our country, we really appreciate that. You are the reason that we have the freedom to live this lifestyle. Really appreciate it. We hope you guys got something out of the thing tonight. And thanks for having me, Drew. Appreciate it.
Dude, you're always welcome. Jerry, go ahead, and the way that you end your videos, let's go ahead and end it up.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out with us and everything. Yeah, that's basically all I got. You know, it was fun. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with us, and I appreciate you having me.
Well, dude, we're a team, brother. We're all three of us we're joined on the hip now. Bob, go ahead and end out like you end out your videos.
Real quick, I just like to say, if people are commenting on your site, be sure you try to get over there and comment on theirs and return the love, because that's really important. We want to share the love that they're giving you. It gets hard when you get a lot of people, and I understand it, but if you have 25,000 subscribers, they're not all posting on your site, but the ones that are posting on your site, you want to be sure and try to return it. Even if you can't do it on every one of their videos, try to get over there once in a while.
Yeah. And I tried to get some of the comments. I'm not trying to ignore you. The comments are screaming fast and furious, and I'm over here trying to run StreamYard and, you know, get everything so it flows. So if I missed any comments tonight, I am sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you. I do love you. And I'm going to end this video like I end every one of my videos by saying, I love you, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye, guys.
If I can figure out how to stop the stream.
And thanks for having me.
Dude, you're welcome, Bob.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Nice. Likewise, Justin.
Thanks.